Boxing Lowdown, I'm here at the Peacock Gym where I'm delighted to be joined by the guy, Anthony Yarde's trainer, Mr. Tunde Ajayi. How you doing, man?
As well, please.
Manager.
You have to, you know, like where we come from, you have to make them know that, boom, we're managers as well. We have that ability. So I always like people to say manager and trainer.
Let me correct it. The manager and trainer of Anthony Yarde, Tunde Ajayi. Now, we've spoke before, and it's good to catch up with you again. Now, finally, we've got this announcement. Anthony Yarde going over to Russia. And it's not even like it's Moscow, Russia. It's, where is it, like Chelyabinsk? Somewhere like that,
like a village in Ghana or a village in Nigeria.
Yeah. what was the hold-up? What took so long for the announcement?
I mean, everyone, you know, is asking the same question. And it's like, there's so many ways you can answer that question. You know, you can, obviously, I don't want to, I know you're going to ask questions, but, you know, you can talk about the VADA testing, you can talk about maybe he wasn't ready, and there's so many things, and I just don't like looking at it. I just like, you know what, it is what it is. You know, Anthony is still young, still in his embryonic stage of his career. Mr. Kovalev is getting older. And each day ticking, that's a day on the clock. So the if you want to call it delay, has benefited us, whatever the cause was. But yeah, VADA testing obviously was one of the things that wasn't in place properly the first time we signed up, and they never. And also there was a problem with the funds, but you heard Bob Arum say it, that part of the agreement this time was that the money would be deposited in the escrow account. And this time we asked for us to be allowed to announce it 48 hours after the contracts were signed. That was it.
It's just a few things to tie over, but at the end of the day, it's here now, August the 24th, I believe. When was it first? When did it first come to you that, you know, that this fight could be on the table? Like, how long ago was it when you thought, okay, we could be fighting Kovalev soon?
From 2017, when we won the European title, the WBO European title, it was mentioned, and I was like, you man take him out for some idiot. Sorry. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. You know, and it wasn't even a fact that, it wasn't even the experience factor, it was the education factor. You know, I've said it before, we operate under a system, and Anthony wasn't where I thought that he should be to challenge at that time. So 2017 we was first asked. Last year, 2018, 3 offers. Not all from Kovalev, different world champions. You know, Alvarez called it on when he won the title. Baterviev called it on, and obviously the Kovalev issue is we were mandatory. Remember, we was number 1 before, but I said no, and then I think we dropped down to number 2. And then when we beat Travis Rees, we went back up to number 1. And at which time, George Warren, me and Andy was in Five Guys, or Shake Shack, one of them, as we do. and George said to me, I was with Andy, and George said, you've been made number 1. And Andy looked at me and said, Unks, we're going to take it. I said, hey, you're damn right, it's time. Everything is timing, which is what I said from the get-go. And we're here. We done it our way. We're at the top of the mountain. A feat that I ain't never seen this happen, this particular way. Where when I say we've, it's collective, it's me, Anthony, Frank Warren, George Warren, Francis Warren, the whole team. My business partner who you never see, Mr. Ghost.
That's the name.
That's the name. And the lawyers. Collectively, we all made the decision this time, and the time is now, and we're ready to fulfill one of the goals on our list.
One thing that I really respect is that you have done it your own way, despite, you know, I wouldn't say obviously it's not pressure, but just comments from those on social media and everywhere else. I know you're active on your social, so you would have seen some of the comments and people saying that, you know, like, Anthony needs to go this way, or he needs to fight this guy, or why is he not fighting, you know, whoever. And you've done it your way, and now, like, I've seen nothing but praise for it in the media.
Well, it's the reason why I always try to explain to people the suggestion you make to yourself is more powerful and more appropriate than the suggestion of others. You have to stay focused to this level, at this level of the sport, at any level of the sport, because let's get it right. Certain people have been criticizing me from the very beginning. Go back 10 years, 15 years on YouTube. The whole system, the pad work. Everybody all of a sudden start doing pads in a particular way, but Tunde Ajayi started that. And I'm never shy to say it. So my journey of criticism started 20 years ago when I came off the roads, came into the gym and said, I'm doing it this way. And so that's what this has all been. It's been training, me training myself to block out the negativity. Anthony Yarde is a special individual because he's stubborn like me. I think Andy's even better than me because the way he can brush off negativity is on a different level. And I say that to say that I'm the same. And I just think that people are always, if you don't have the mindset that life is polarity, they teach this. They teach us in science, gender, male, female, up, down, left, right, positive, negative, criticism, praise. If you don't understand that life always has the opposite side, then you're always going to worry about what people say. You just need to stay focused and focus on the side which benefits you. That's why if you say a negative comment on my page,
blocked.
Instant blockage. If I feel a negative, because you know sometimes a man might, you know sometimes a man might come with a little comment, but you're like, is he being negative or is he being positive? I just block you. I just block you because I'm like, bro, I don't even want to, if I'm starting to think like that, then there's already a problem because I just want flow. I just want to deal with the people that support me and support Anthony, and that's how it's always going to be. And we've been like this from the start. Anthony don't block you, and he's like, you don't need to block them, just let them, everybody is entitled to their opinion. I say, yeah, but I don't want their opinion around me. You understand? So I'm just gonna block you. And I guess as this thing gets bigger, there'll be more people to block. So that's why I have a specific time for social media posts, and a time when I look at things, because you know now, and even before we're getting to a point where we have to focus extremely hard the closer we get to fight. So it's part of it, you know, there's always going to be negative comments, but you must stay focused.
Sergey Kovalev, I know he's long reigning world champion, been at the top, defeated some of the biggest names in boxing. What's your thought process going into the fight? Because I know when I spoke to you last time, you said that you didn't really watch tapes of fighters. Is it something that you're not going to do for this fight? Is the preparation going to be any different?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. On Saturday, a couple man try to phone me for sparring. I said, bruv, you know who Anthony's sparring partner is? It's me. You see the Kung Fu movies. You know, this is the Shaolin thing, snake in a monkey shadow. You get me? The teacher trains the student. The teacher in the old Kung Fu movies, the teacher will give the student a book full of moves. The student would study the moves. And then he'll be walking on the roadside and a man would attack him. And then all the you know when he's on the wood thing. Yeah. You get me, bro. I know, you know, bro. Any man from a certain environment knows what I'm talking about. Then you see when he was washing the car or chopping the tree, when a man threw the punch, that movement comes into play. I don't need your sparring. I've done it a particular way from the get-go. And guess what? We're at the top of the mountain. So why would I change anything now? It just don't make no sense. Why am I gonna, I ain't gonna call no names, but a certain man come up to me at the fight, it's like, Tunde, you know, you're like, bro, you need to, you need to know, he's got to be in there and know how it is to get punched hard. And I'm like, bro, no, he needs to know how it feels to get punched hard. Don't worry about all that. I ain't worried. No man, you ain't touching us. No one ain't touching us. And that's how it's gonna stay. That's my belief, that's my full process, that's what it has been from the get-go. And that's why, because we make it look the way we make it look, people think that we need sterner, maybe sparring or whatever it is they think. I don't really pay no attention to that, but the main thing is that if you've been riding a certain bus to a certain destination for 20 years and it's worked, nothing has ever gone wrong, there's never been no accidents, why all of a sudden would you start changing it? And that's my mindset going into this fight. I ain't watching no Kovalev tapes. I don't need to. He needs to study us because we're the ones that he should be worrying about. But I ain't worried about him. I just be honest with you. I ain't worried about you. And not only that, I'm not in control of what Kovalev does. I'm only in control of what I teach Anthony. Anthony's only in control of what he does for himself, how he improves himself as a person. That's what we're in control of. How many fighters have you heard say, we got into the fight, we had this game plan, and then a man does something different? Bro, see, that's what I'm saying. You're wasting your time. Yeah. You're wasting your time. You know, people's like, oh yeah, go to the body, he's weak to the body. No, you better protect your whole anatomy. Your ears, your eyebrows, your elbow, your chin, your body, your rib cage, your toes, because everything is getting touched. We're not focusing on one thing. We can do many things, and we ain't changing nothing. Business as usual. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, with the fight taking place in Russia, I remember before it was stated that you wouldn't go to Russia. Was it a ploy really to, I don't know, was it in your head all along that you could possibly go there and it was just like some sort of tactics, or did your mind change overnight? Like, what happened there? Was it, because you wanted to be, it was originally planned to be in London, wasn't it? And then you decided to go over there.
You watch James Bond. Bro, you have to know about tape, bro. You have to watch James Bond. Call me the Black Bond. I'm Black James Bond, the first Black James Bond. It's tactics. At the end of the day, it's like I say, sometimes people misunderstand me because I joke so much, you know. But what everyone should understand about Tunde Ajayi, I created something, and myself, Anthony, the team, we're here for a reason, and it's not because we joke. We're here joking around every single day. We're here working hard every day, dedicating ourselves diligently to the sport. And let's get it right. He's the champion, as you said, the long reigning champion, the #1 recognized light heavyweight for many years. This isn't no, oh yeah, 2 British fighters fighting for a world title. This is Anthony Yarde and Tunde Ajayi about to do something that's never been done. And if anyone can show me a resume of someone with 12 amateur fights, you know, doing this and not facing just a world champion, but facing a ring champion, a ring magazine champion. I think he was
pound for pound list.
pound for pound list. You need to tell me, because as far as I know, it ain't been done, and that's part of the legacy for me. You know, and I just feel that he has got a right. Sergey Kovalev has got a right. He's got the power. He's got the. He holds all the cards to dictate where he should have his retirement fight. If that's what he wants, if he wants his retirement, brother, he can have. Sorry, see, I'm getting excited. I'm starting to use certain language. He can have his retirement fight in Peckham. It's down to him. Dulwich, Brixton, Harlesden, Stoke Newton, Tottenham, the whole, the London, but they know me in London, all over, south, east, west, north. He can have it where he wants. He deserves that right. He reserves that right. But when we pick up our belts, because they're our belts, he's just keeping them warm for us. When we pick up our belts, we control what's going on. And that fight is going to happen. We're still going to fight in the Emirates. Because it's a dream, it's a vision. And I'm not letting go of the vision. I want to fight. AY wants to fight in the Emirates.
Saw him at the Emirates last week with James Harden, wasn't it?
I told you, dream it, believe it, become it. I mean, I keep telling man, these man gonna like this thing is not real. I'm telling them, dream it, believe it, become it. Every youth on the roads, every young man in certain environments, have a dream. Believe in a dream. Initially, you have to believe. You have to believe it. Because if you don't believe in yourself and in your dream, it ain't gonna happen. And then become it. Set yourself a target, a goal, a vision, and don't stop. Have what they call in psychology the end of the movie scenario, where you already know the end of the movie. So you go back at the beginning of the movie, you sit back, you relax, because you know what's gonna happen in the end. You don't get too overexcited where you see Denzel on the floor busting shots. The enemies are firing at him, because you know in the end Denzel's gonna win. So that's key. Have that vision, have that goal, and just stick to it. Work hard, because like I was telling my son yesterday, you got a great start. You know, your parents, especially his mother, she's the one that was taking him football in the rain, the wind, the snow. He's at Crystal Palace, scholar. You got the start, but believe you me, in this world you reap what you sow. So you work hard. You don't take your position for granted. There are many kids out there. Every kid wanted to be a footballer, as far as I know. Many. You understand? Every youth wanted to be a footballer, and he's got great opportunities, Joshua. So I just want him to know that his dad never got here, no handouts. I worked hard. You seen the Instagram post. I trained. You know, I coined the phrase, trainers gotta train. So it ain't no sitting back with no cup of tea, looking at your fire, telling him, go on son, go for your 10 miler. You understand?
You're in it with the fight.
I'm in it. That's what I'm saying. I'm in the ring with Anthony. You know, Anthony's always saying to me, "Uggs, you're not, brother. I know what you're saying, but you're not really in the ring with me. Like when I had a broken hand, you never had a broken hand." You understand what I'm saying, bro? So just say it, and I felt it. I felt the thing. I'm in this. I feel everything. I'm a spiritual person. I feel it. I'm going through it. That's why I'm so protective of Anthony. You understand? And if you say anything on the negative about Anthony Yarde in my presence, you're gonna feel something. You understand? Because I'm here backing my guy 100%. And that's how I've been from the start. That's how I've been with every fighter that's ever been around me. And they will all bear witness, those that went on different journeys. They know Tunde Ajayi's got their back. So I'm like, that's how I was raised. You know, you're either in it or you're not within it. You're not in it. And it's wonderful for me, you know, and that's why I've always got time for you guys and anybody that's coming up from the bottom, from the start, because starting at the bottom is not an excuse. It's actually a blessing. Remember, I'm telling you this. Starting from the ground is a blessing because you get to experience every level. And I've experienced every level of this sport. I've felt everything. And now we're here. I expected to be here, and I've got a lot of past experience to take into that ring on August the 24th with Anthony Yarde. And he's gonna know that, you know, we done it the right way.
You've got a great team behind. Obviously, Andy's got a great team behind him. And I'm not sure how many of you are going to be travelling out to Russia, but what's it like to get a ticket out there, or like to get out there in general? Because, like, what's it like?
These men think they're smart. They're trying to release the dates. You understand? They don't, because they don't
want a big team. It's going to be a lot of people wanting to go out there supporting him.
Russia will be like Brixton. Russia will be like Peckham, Harlesden, Stoke Newton, Tottenham, New Cross. They're trying to make us man know about what the tickets. So I'm like, well, it don't matter.
Do little things concern you? Like, let's say, you know, how going back to when Klitschko fought Fury,
yes,
and Fury had issues with the ring and, you know, some of the things that they were trying out there. Do you think that they might try and do the same in Russia when you're there? Listen,
man, we come from the council estates. Man fight concrete. Sorry, see, I'm going too down.
Go in, man, go deep.
Listen, man used to have fights in the cage. You know, the football cage, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know if everyone can relate. We used to fight in the cage. There's all syringes, glass bottles on the floor, stones on the floor, and we still fight. So I don't care. They can have a ring that's got 10 layers of rubber on it. We're still gonna knock you out. Because that's the part of the preparation. I ain't worried about nothing like that. And as you quite rightly said, and it's the truth, we have a great team around us. You know, Frank Warren, George Warren, Francis Warren, these are people that know all the tricks in the book. And they're gonna back us, they're gonna tell us, you understand? But the thing about me, I just don't put no negatives in my head. I never have, I never will. I'm not a negative person. I only see the positive. There's good people in Russia. The judges are going to be neutral, even though they won't be needed. Because we're knocking a man out. You understand? Yep. There ain't going to be the judges. All they need to do is enjoy the flight, enjoy the rest, enjoy the fight while it lasts. So I'm not concerning myself with anything negative. I only put positivity and positive things in my head, and I'm not worried about nothing. I just ain't worried about nothing. Me and Anthony have got this far having a certain mindset.
Well, let's end this one on a positive, because I know you're a very busy man. When Anthony wins and takes back the WBO live...
Stop there, let me grab the mic. You are the first interviewer that said when.
I believe.
See? Because you believe. All this if business, there ain't no if. It don't come into my head, and I just, you know, words are powerful. And I'm happy that you said that, brother. Because it's when we win the world title. Okay, continue.
When Anthony Yarde takes the WBO light heavyweight title and brings it back to London,
yes,
do you have an idea of what could be next? Would you like to be out quickly, or would you like to maybe enjoy for a little while and then maybe return next year? Yeah.
Shake Shack.
The first stop.
Shake Shack. We might pass through Five Guys, Nando's, get a sunset burger, put in a few wings, extra hot on the side. Order, no, you know, Five Guys, I'm sorry Shake Shack, but Five Guys milkshake is actually
banging.
It's banging.
It's banging.
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But Shake Shack, their things is proper as well. I like them. But it's just business as usual, because at the end of the day, this is one fight. This fight is not gonna define our career. This fight is gonna set our career in public motion. I say public motion because the world will know us more than they do now when we win the belt. And what happens afterwards, who knows? We have certain goals and vision. As I said, it's the end of the movie scenario. We're only focusing on those things, and we just take one day at a time. That's all you can do in life. Take one day at a time, because you're there thinking about tomorrow or holding on to the past, you're actually taking away from the present. And it's one of the reasons why people see me and Andy having so much fun, because we're of that mindset. Enjoy yourself, because you got now. Now is the only thing you're in control of. Now is the only thing you have. And that's why every day we train as though it's the last day. We're training. Yeah, you know, the immediate focus is the fight. So I'm not even really too focused on what we do afterwards. It's the fight.
Always a pleasure talking to you, my man, and thank you for taking the time out. And hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
Thank you. Everything is timing. You know, it takes a lot to give your own time. That's what I was saying to you on the text. Bruv, we're busy. Time is precious. My dad always used to say to me, time is money. You know, be a professional. Get there early, extra early. And be ready. Because if you come late, you're already on the back foot. My dad, this is, you know what, this may not be for you. This is for the youngers. The youngers who want to be in a certain position. If you come late, you're already on the back foot. And it's my friend who taught me that, who's a very successful businessman. You know, he talked about money. He stopped talking about money. He's got so much. But he told me time is the thing that made him successful. He was always ahead of time. And yeah, I thank you for taking the time out to come in to see me and interview me. And I'm always going to be grateful, because time is precious. Thank you very much.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.